bound on earth shall be considered bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth shall be considered loosed in heaven. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise you, Lord Jesus Christ.
St. Augustine wrote once, "Our hearts were made for thee, O God, and they will not rest until they rest in thee." The search or the quest for the sacred is part of the human makeup. We are, by our makeup and nature, worshippers. We were made in the image and likeness of God. And that key to our being, to our existence, reflects in our yearnings and our searchings. So it is not unusual that whenever a community was established in a village or a hamlet, often the first thing building beyond a house that the people made was the church. Muslim people made a mosque. Hindu people made a temple. But this search for the sacred, that we have to have an acknowledgement of the deepest meaning of our inner beings, that we were made in the likeness and image of Him who sent us on this earth. And so we celebrate the sacred when we celebrate an event like this. We have had a couple of experiences of selling a church at Booberawi, of selling a church at Butte, and of selling the church at Snowtown. And they're always poignant and sad affairs. At Booberawi, for example, they carried out the baptismal register and the wedding register and the confirmation register, and then the items in the church, like the holy water, baptismal stoup, like the scriptures, the tabernacle, and finally the crucifix itself. And people were quite moved and disturbed. And especially then at the very end when the door was slammed shut. We thirst for the sacred, and we need to acknowledge it. And all Catholic families should be able to do that also in their homes. There should be some sacred place in our homes. An image of Jesus, or a crucifix, a picture of Mary, or something. The people should know we are a Catholic home by coming into our place and seeing what do we esteem, what do we put pride in private place. And there's the story I appreciate very much, and with Andrew here as president of the Lutheran community. The story is that in the early days in the Adelaide Hills, the Lutheran women would grow their produce at Harndorf or Cape Town or wherever, and then carry it all the way down over 2 nights to the markets in Adelaide. But then, when they returned, so the story is, each of those women carried 2 bricks in order to provide the material for the building of the little church at Harndorf. A church represents our search for the sacred, and our search for the sacred represents our acknowledgement of our fundamental meaning, who we are and why we are placed on this earth. There's a writer, a Jewish writer. He describes himself as an atheist, Alain de Botton, but he's tortured by his atheism and he's fascinated by religion. And he wrote this once about a church. He was saying how sometimes we have thrown the baby out with the bathwater when we have secularized our world. And he looks at a church and he said, it is a remarkable place, the ordinary parish church. A patch of earth marked off within which in a range of values exists which are totally different to how the world acts. People kneel down in adoration together without embarrassment. People smile and say, "Peace be with you," and shake hands, even with perfect strangers. And in a church, one hears exhortations that are mad elsewhere. Love your enemies. Blessed are the poor. Blessed are the merciful. Blessed are the pure in heart. Go against materialism. Go against weakness. Go against corruption. And within a church, no matter their status, every person is treated equally. And all come to communion without rank or precedence. And all hear the same message. And all adore the same Christ. So this blessing tonight marks a wonderful recommencement for this parish of St. Barbara in Roxby Downs. It's not the first time, of course. It's just building on what's gone before. So may this be a sacred centre for this community. And we express our thanks for those who have helped build it up, for the priests who have gone before it. And we pray that we will all adore the same Christ and bow before his love. My brothers and sisters, I invite you now to stand and for the first time to make our profession of faith in this sacred place. I believe in God.